Hello Brick Sculptors and welcome back to Brick Sculpt. This is Chris and today I want to talk to you about something that I've been trying to accomplish for a very long time and I finally did it. Now, one thing with Lego that has never sat right with me is pine trees. These are obviously generic Lego pine trees. They come in two sizes, small and large, next to a minifig. Neither of them are too large. But super limited in what you can do with these. They don't look very realistic. They are classic, but I've always thought we could do better. And I love hand making trees. I've made lots of different trees before. If you've seen some of my previous videos, I've done lots of trees that kind of branch out and have leaves. But when you talk pine trees, it's a whole nother level of difficulty. And for no joke, years, I've been racking my brain around how to make a really good, ultra-realistic, large pine tree. To show you one idea I've been working on that I don't love, I like the concept of it, but it isn't perfect. It's incredibly fragile. It uses some parts that are harder to get, like these claws, and it just gets kind of wonky. I've been working on this one. I don't love it, but it's okay. And I've kind of abandoned this just because it pretty easily kind of falls apart. The branches are really easy to twist and move. So I kind of gave up on this tree, and I'm putting that aside. Now, a couple days ago, I had one of those eureka moments, and I'd seen trees similar to this online, but nothing quite like what I did here. And let me show you. Now this is a pine tree made out of lots of these 3-branch flower or grass pieces. And I've seen trees made like this before, but they're usually very uniform. They all come out in straight lines, and it looks kind of like a fake Christmas tree compared to a real Christmas tree where everything is way too symmetrical and straight, and it doesn't look super realistic. So I took a little different approach to this where I can get more angles on it and nothing's sticking straight out from the center of the tree. Well, most of it's not sticking straight out from the center of the tree. I want to kind of show you how I constructed this and see if you think it's a good design. Also, I should note, just like any tree with this many pieces, it's not super strong, but this is a pretty durable tree. And I'll show you some techniques I use to make it stronger, so it can take a little bit of abuse without completely crumbling or deforming. So that to me is also really important. I don't like my creations to be ultra weak. I know when you're building with a ton of detail, sometimes it has to be kind of weak in spots, but it's always better if it's not, especially something this complex, because if somebody bumps a table or something and this falls over, it's a pain in the butt to fix it. So let's go ahead and take a look at how I built this. I'll try to deconstruct it a little bit here and show you the inner workings of this tree. Now I have rods up the center of the tree, but it does have a point here that comes apart pretty easily. And also, you can make a smaller tree out of it. But this technique really works better for a quite large tree. And you can kind of see what I did here. Now I use a lot of these brown branch pieces. If you've ever looked into the center of a pine tree, the middle is all just kind of bare, really sharp kind of sticks coming out. So I filled in the tops of these branch armatures with all these little brown sticks to kind of give that effect. If I take this off the base here, you can see I have a 2x2 trunk. Then that goes into a stick like this, and that goes into some Travis bricks. Let's see if I can do this without totally destroying it. So if we pop a few of these off here, I use these new, I think they call them minifig posing pieces. Now, clear is probably not ideal. Brown or green would be better, but you don't really see them in there anyway, and clear kind of blends in. And then I took a bunch of these branch pieces and just kind of decorated them up, covering them in the green needles and then having those brown sticks at the top. And then using this gives it a nice angle, and I can do 4 of them around the outside in different layers. I also actually did 6 on this one. I did a second layer with some thinner just to give the bottom a little bit more fuller look. if you watch my videos, I did a video a while ago on the way to make branches stronger. And basically we use these little sticks as pins. So if I just stuck this on there normally, it would fall off pretty easily. But putting this little brown branch in here makes this connection a lot stronger, where I can actually give it, you know, a pretty decent hit, and it takes a lot to make it fall off. So it makes it quite a bit stronger, and I highly recommend using that technique in any style of tree, because it just gives it so much more stability. I did use some carrot leaf pieces in brown, because they actually give it an even stronger connection. You can stick them through like this, and then connect them onto that minifig posing piece. And this is actually a stronger connection than what I just showed you on this bottom layer. It does stick out a little further, but this is mostly going to be covered, and just gives lots of good little detail if you look into the tree, all these little sticks sticking out. Now the top is built much the same as far as this row. Whole bunch of Travis bricks with these 4 branch pieces fully covered in the grass pieces. More brown carrot tops up here. And then when I get to the way top of the tree, I do switch techniques. And this is probably a technique, if you watch a lot of Lego pine tree videos, you've probably seen this technique before, but these are just coming straight out from the Travis block. Up at the top, you can't, at least I didn't find it easy to do this technique so much. So I just did this and kind of came out all the way around and gave a nice symmetrical look. And then on the top here, just a few of these upside down. I've got a pole coming up the middle, and these just kind of stick right on top of it, and then I just spread them out so they don't all look all clumped together. And it gives for a nice look. When I put these back together, you want to make sure these are spaced nice and close so they have some overlap, so you don't have a big gap in between layers. It actually blends really seamlessly into this. If we put our base back down here, and then we're going to put this guy right on top. So what do you guys think? Let me know down below if you think this is a good looking tree. Like I said, I've been trying to work on better techniques like this for years, and it's not the easiest thing to build in Lego. You're building a round item, you know, and that the tree is more cylindrical or cone shaped, and you really want it to be varied and look kind of natural. And personally, I think this is one of the better pine trees I've ever seen. And but let me know what you guys think. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. I'm going to do more just like this in the future. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below, and I will do my best to answer them. That's all for this time. We will see you next time.